Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Sam's and Bob's. I will wake up in a bit, I promise. I didn't have a very good night's sleep, but it's the week of Halloween and it's time to continue on with our Taylor Momsen Halloween inspired makeup or Halloween looked makeup special. So I have my weapons of mass destruction down here and I've searched through Google many times and I found every time on cue found a good selection of different makeup looks she's had over the years, or certainly, as I said, in the last 5 years, that really could be Halloween inspired. Maybe you're even doing her for Halloween, who knows. Today's one, I'm going to show you the image that I have, is this one. This one I like because if you look right in close, she's got like this really red shading going on under and over the eyes and a really pale eye. And I just find it really unusual. Obviously with Taylor she will wear lash inserts on the bottom line, which I'm not going to do. I won't mascara my eyes because it's kind of a given that you're going to do that. We're not going to deal with complexions. I'm just literally going to do the eyeshadow looks. If you want to see any complexions that I've done, maybe look through some of the Get Ready With Me's or keep watching for the very special one that's probably going to come a couple of days after Halloween, where you'll look at what I went to Halloween as. So with all these looks, an eyelid primer is very good. I love Urban Decay Sin, but the one I'm going to be using is the anti-aging shadow primer, and I'm going to use this one because Sin actually has a colour. And I actually find that this one works better for some reason. Sometimes with Sin, it ends up doing what this is designed not to make makeup do, and that's creasing. So I'm thinking eventually in the long run, maybe I'll just keep buying this one. So all you need literally with this, you don't need a huge amount. I just literally use this. It's so tiny. And I just wipe that in all along the lid. And I'll just repeat on the other side. It's that easy. And this will last ages for a very long time. This is slightly oilier than say maybe Eden or Sin. So looking at this image here, I'm going to brighten it up so that it will be easier for you to see. So the first thing you notice with this is that Taylor has a distinctly very pale upper eye. So we're going to start there, and I am going to use for this last year's Cargo Christmas palette, as you can see here. I'm on the back, and I'm going to use the shade Iceland. It's the brightest whitest shade and it's very highly pigmented, so it's going to do everything we want it to do as to the picture. I'm going to use this brush since we had this from the Look Fantastic box. It's just an everything to me now. One of my few. I think the Eco Tools, the Clarins and this one are just my life right now. So I'm going to literally rub that quite heavily all in the Iceland, and I'm going to take it across the whole upper lid. I'm not going to take it anywhere else, just on the upper, right into the corner and all the way along. So that's our based white, just to show you. Very basic, doesn't look like anything wow yet. It will. What I'm going to do next is come in with a red eyeliner that I've owned for many years, and I'm going to take this across the upper lid only. I'm going to use shadow underneath, and then we're going to also line it with black on top, because if I look at that, it looks like there's black there as well. So we're going to do a heavier red line and a finer black line. So my red eyeliner is a Stargazer eyeliner. I bought this actually for my dad's wedding, and I probably should have thrown it out ages ago. It's a very distinct red. I don't know the colour. There is no shading on here for me to tell you. And it's very blood red. I used this, as I say, I got it for my dad's wedding, but I also used it for different Halloween cut makeups that I did. I had all different things streaming from my arm. It did look good. I think you had to have seen it to appreciate it. So as the black eyeliner, because I'm just going to do this all in one and show you after, I'm going to use Soap & Glory's Super Cat eyeliner. This is a black liquid felt tip eyeliner, and I have to say it's one of the best. You guys know that I've been using pencils and the Smashbox one, whose name I never remember, Always Sharp. And this is still one of my favourite liquid pens out there. It's very, very affordable, and I think it's better than some of the high-end brand ones. I would gladly buy this any day, and they're always doing offers on these, something like 2 for 10, so you can always get a good amount for your money rather than investing 20 quid in one and going, actually, that one's better. I'm going to take the red. I'm going to get quite a thickish amount on the brush because this is a brush and I don't generally like these actually. Okay, so both eyeliners applied, and this is what you get. So the black line just runs very finely along the very, very top lash line, while the red is thicker and more defined. So it's as to the image as I can be. So under the waterline is a little bit tricky really, because I don't have an extremely distinct red shadow shade. So there's a couple of things you could do. You could just repeat with the Stargazer underneath if you wanted, but what I'm going to do is we could use, I've got the Jupiter Ascending palette, which you saw me use on the St. George's makeup. So we've got the shade Jupiter, and we've also got in here Reindeer. This is again the Christmas palette, and I think it would make more sense to use Reindeer, but Reindeer is a very brown based shade. And also in the chocolate bar you have this shade here, and I'm not sure what shade it is. Again, I'm going to repeat to you, I've lost the plastic insert, so I can only think what's on the back, and then the back says Cherry Cordial, so that's what it must be. And that shade, I think I was going to use this when I did the front facing camera video, and it's not quite red enough. Here's a swatch of all 3 shades, so I'm going to stick with the top one, which you can see nearest my thumb. That is from the Jupiter Ascending, and that is the reddest shade going. So again, you've got a couple of options in ways you can apply this. If you have a proper Zoeva brush set, you may have the perfect brush to apply this. I have whatever I can afford, and I quite like the idea of using the mask brush that may or may not have been seen on a box tutorial, or a box opening rather. So I'm going to take, I like the flat edge of this, and I know it's going to get under the waterline really well. There's no eyeliner going on under the waterline, it is just red. So we're going to take, I'm going to fold the mirror back, we're going to take this all into here. It's more of a maroony shade this, I'm just going to blot it out slightly, and then we're just going to fill in under the waterline. It's quite a thickish line, as you guys can see. I'll show you. So we're going to take it probably just, I reckon, to about there, and then finish, I think. And I've just got eyeshadow on my white bedsheet. Lovely. It is the official, I'm going to end it there, but you can, if you want, I think, put black on the inner waterline, not white. There is no white used here, or you could even use a brown. It's really, really up to you. So I think I'm going to end the shadow in there. I'm quite happy with this overall. I think it looks really effective. It's not quite what I would normally do, as I think a lot of you can probably guess. But if you were doing a Halloween inspired, maybe dead-eyed makeup, this is really, really cool. So for a finishing touch, if you want to go with this makeup, I think there's a red eyeliner involved, but I suppose if you have a lip liner you don't like, I don't personally use lip liners. The only lip liner we ever got in a box opening, I gave to my nan, and she really liked it. It was a Lord and Berry one, I believe. It's not black that's used on the waterline. So I'm going to go with this Bare Minerals 7pm brown eyeliner, and I'm just going to slick it in the waterline for a finishing touch. As I say again, you don't have to do this. You really, really don't. It's totally optional. Okay, so that's that one. It's not too long, I don't think. Obviously, where I'm going to speed things up and where I've gassed, as usual, talking, it takes a lot longer, and I have swatches all over my hand now. So thank you very much for watching this in one of our Halloween Taylor Momsen inspired makeup specials. Do keep watching back. There's going to be a new one as many times as I can do it in the lead up to Halloween. And have a great Halloween, everyone. See you later. Bye.